Hello, my fellow Californians. This is Senator Chandler Johnson reporting to you live from her home office. It is with great eagerness that I can tell you that the Senate is now considering Senate Bill 7, the Help Our Students Succeed Act of 2020. And let me start by thanking Senator Martinez for introducing this vital piece of legislation that we desperately needed. This bill is focused on providing federal money to K through 12 schools across the country in order to provide mental health resources for their students. And while this bill benefits every single public school in California, its impacts will be most felt in our rural communities. Schools in these areas have hardly any access to mental health resources. And by providing funds directly to these communities for this purpose, we can truly start making progress on mental health in these hard-hit areas. A person's mental health can be impacted at any time throughout their life. However, these effects most often manifest themselves in early childhood. This is why it is absolutely crucial that every K through 12 school in the country has access to these resources needed to catch these issues early on. It is also important to recognize that mental health disorders are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they often go hand in hand, benefiting out of one another. Anxiety, depression, and substance abuse are great examples of this, and it just makes it even more imperative that we secure access to these resources for every student now. As a citizen who grew up in a rural area and have seen the deleterious effects lack of mental health care access has on a community, this bill hits closer to home for me than anything else. The citizens in these communities work day in and day out to ensure they are doing everything they can to provide for their families as well as the country as a whole. These are often the communities where America's agricultural sector thrives. Because of the hard work of our agricultural sector, each American family is able to put food on their table. Every time you go to the grocery store, buy produce, or cook some meat for your dinner, take a moment to think about all the hard work that went into getting that food to you, and take a moment to thank all the people involved in doing so. It is time that we start giving back to these essential communities who have done so much for our great country. I sincerely hope that all of you are doing well and staying safe as we ride out the rest of this pandemic. We are truly living in an unprecedented time, and it is more important now than ever before to focus on the good and lean on one another for support. Please do not hesitate to contact my office with any questions or help that you may need. I am here to serve you and will do everything in my power to ensure that every single Californian has access to the resources that they need. I hope to garner your support on this bill, and I look forward to continuing the great fight in the Senate to ensure this legislation becomes a law. Thank you so much for your time, and this is Senator Chandler Johnson signing off.